Before we start with our phonics test, I just want to go over with you what you're doing for your handwriting today. So your handwriting test, worksheet 23, says, the nest has 2 eggs. I will put 1 brick here. There is a lot of rain. All right, make sure your parents take a picture of that. You guys have all been doing really good with your handwriting, especially your finger spaces. You've been doing really, all of you have been doing great on your handwriting. I've been really impressed. So good job, guys. So you got that, worksheet 23, and then your weathering the weather test. Okay, you have your 3 different types of weather. Color these neatly. You get a point for coloring, and a point when you're going to color. Your other sheet has these on. You're going to color these, cut them out, glue them where they belong on which spot they belong, okay? So that's what you're going to make sure your parents take a picture of that and send it to me at your comprehension reading test. All right? So you have those 2 things to do. But right now we're going to work on our phonics test. So you should have this checkup station 3, and there should be 2 sheets, pages 1, 2, and pages 3 and 4. I'm going to do this one first. And remember, you're filling in the circle to the correct answer. I'm going to read to you the word. These pictures are here just to help you stay on track, okay? So at the top here, sounds like the neighbors next door again are mowing their lawn, huh? Seems like they're always mowing their lawn out there. So you're going to start on the star, okay? So for the star, you're going to fill in the circle next to the word off. For the star, off. Fill in the circle for the star. Okay, next we're going to move down to the heart. For the heart, you're going to fill in the circle for the word where. Where. Down to the horse. You're going to fill in the circle for the word give. Give. Down to the duck. You're going to fill in the word Bible. Fill in the circle for the word Bible. Next, I believe that's a flower. Next to the flower, you're going to fill in, no, be careful, both of them start with H's. Both words start with H's, so listen carefully. Have. Have. Fill in the circle for the word have. Okay. Next, you're going to fill in the circle for the next to the for the tree. We're on the tree. The one for the tree is of. Of. Okay, we're going to move on to, I'm going to use this. I can't reach my hand around that far. Move on to the apple. I want this part of my pen's darker. Looks better. There you go. Okay, for the apple, you're going to fill in the word purple. Fill in the circle next to the word purple. Okay, moving down to the hat. Fill in the word you. The circle for the word you. Okay. We're going to move down to the football. Fill in the circle next to the word they. They. Move down to the birthday cake. The word for. Fill the circle next to the word for. Move down to the car or truck. I can't tell. It looks like a little truck. You're going to fill in the word what. What. And then down to the crayon, you're going to fill in the word two. Two. Okay. If you've been practicing your words with me every morning, you should have done perfect on that. You should have got them all right. Now this last side, it says mark the correct beginning sound. So this you're going to do a little more on your own. We'll go through them together. So you have star, star. What do you hear at the beginning sound of star? Fill that in. You have flag, flag. What do you hear at the beginning sound for that? Tree, tree. Fill in what you hear for the beginning sound of that. And we'll move up here to this one up here. Plant, plant. What do you hear at the beginning sound of that? Don't let this one trick you. Chair, chair. What do you hear at the beginning sound? And then the last one, shoe, shoe. What do you hear at the beginning sound? Okay, down below here it says, mark the correct vowel sound. Now, do you see how they all have the lines? Remember the line above it shows a long vowel. So a long vowel says its name. So like you hear A, or do you hear I? So it's cake. What long vowel sound do you hear in cake? Bone. What long vowel sound do you hear in bone? And we have nine. What long vowel do you hear in nine? Remember, this is a tube. Tube. What long vowel do you hear there? All right. That you guys should have got all those right. I'd be surprised if you got any wrong. Those were pretty easy from everything we've been learning. All right, next page. This is where it gets a little harder because I'm not going to read, I don't think, anything to you. I think these are all things that you can handle on your own. Looking at the pictures here. Don't forget to write your name. I think I forgot to tell you that for the other page. On this one, you should be able to see the picture. If you read both words, you should be able to tell what they are. And I'm not reading the words for you because I want to see what you can read because we've been learning all these. So if there's something that you are totally stumped on, that you do not know what that picture is, then you can ask your parents. But all of these, these pictures should all look familiar to you. If you read the two words, you should be able to eliminate what one of them is, because if you're able to read both words, do your best. Take your time on this. You're going to fill in the circles on those. And the same thing on the back here is mark the correct word. Look at what they're doing in the pictures. If you're able to read these words, you should be able to figure out like the picture. If you're not sure what the picture is, reading both words eliminates one of them. Especially this one looks a little tricky here, but if you look at the picture, you look at your two words. What do I always tell you about capital letters? I mean, that should help you eliminate that one. So you go ahead and finish these and make sure your parents take pictures of all that. Take your time, work on that. But you're just filling in the words for whatever the picture is. So once you're finished with all those, with your worksheets, your phonics, your handwriting, your reading, you're weathering the weather paper, if you're finished with all those, make sure your parents, your mom, most likely probably be your mom, takes a picture and sends them to me so I can check them. Alrighty. So good luck. I think you'll be fine with that. And I'm going to see you next for math.